Hey YouTube, just want to do another quick review. It's going to be the last one for today. This is the Uwell crown. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, then I'm sorry. But I got this for Christmas off my son. This is obviously the box it comes in. This is the actual e-cig. The drip tip didn't come with it. I've got the original one in here, so I will put it back on for you. But I'll just show you the box first, sort of thing, and what you get in the box. You got some information on the back. It was obviously shrink wrapped, and you've got the yellow thing around here. It tells you what coils you've got, because it came with a coil in it and 2 spare. They do the nickel coils for it, so you can use it with your temperature control. You get a dual coil, a single coil. So the dual coil is a 0.2, well, 2.5. The single coil is a 1.2, and the other dual coil, which I think is the temperature one, is a 0.15. So you do get 1 temperature control coil and 2 normal coils, 1 a dual and 1 a single, which a single not low ohm one, it's over 1 point, so like 1.2. So I'm guessing they do that so that you control the different coils out for yourself, and then when you buy new ones you can get which ones you like, a bit like the sub tank do. So pop the top off it. I can hold this, take that out. So it does come with a spare glass as well, and there 2 coils go there and 1 coil's already inserted inside it. I think this was £30. When I take the bottom off, I've got the receipt so I can check, but I think it was £30, and to be honest, for the price it was a bargain, considering you're getting a spare glass, 3 coils. It's not bad price at all. This is actually the drip tip. As you can see, it's massive. I think it's actually one of the biggest drip tips, like space wise, I've seen. So if I take the top off it, and I'll show you what you get underneath the actually in the bottom. So yeah, here's the receipt. I thought I had it. Yes, it was £29.99 from the e-cig outlet in Skegness. If you're in the area, as I always say, go in. They're lovely in there. They've got bits for everybody. For advanced users, they do a lot of ego stuff, and a bit of everything really. So I got one of those, which I think is to keep it fresh, like what you get with like shoes and stuff. Spare O-rings, which is always good. It also has a sheet to show you how to fill it, or how two way, because you can fill it 2 ways. I'll show you in a sec. And I think this is a warranty. Oh yeah, it's just basically how to use and showing you all the different parts of it and everything, which can come in handy. You never know if you needed to change something or clean it. It's always best to know how to take it apart. So I'll pop all that back in there. Well, as I said, you do get, I'm going to show you the actual coil, because these coils, I've never seen anything like them. Unfortunately, unless you could actually rebuild the coils, which I'm guessing somebody will have figured out how to do that by now, but it's not like the sub tank where you get the bit to build your own. But as you can see, the size of these coils is immense. I mean, that's just huge. I really wish I had a normal coil now to show you the difference. In fact, I'm going to go get one. Right, I'm back. So I've got a normal sub-tank coil from the sub-tank mini, and the coil from the crown. At least that's the crown one, and that's the sub-tank one. So as you can see, I mean, especially when you put them that way, there is a fair bit of difference. I mean, they just seem really, really big. I mean, these are big, but there's a lot of metal in them. The actual coil itself inside is not very big, whereas this, there's hardly any metal, it's all coil. So yeah, but these coils, I mean, I've been using this since, I'd say, probably the last week, no, the last 2 weeks in December, because I had it early. And I have only used 2 coils. I used the one that was in it, the temperature control one that was inside it, and I have one in it now, which is the second coil, and I've still got that one spare. So that is how good the coils are. They last for ages, absolutely ages. So I mean, in that way. The other thing is though, which is why they last for ages, is the coils are dearer. I think the lady said in the e-cig shop I'd have to pay like £15 for 3. Which is not too bad if they're going to last as long as these have. And no doubt online I could probably get them a lot cheaper. I'll have to have a look when it comes, you know, near the time where I need to get some more. The other thing that I really like about this is that it's still bottom coil, so you'd still like turn it upside down, unscrew it to change your coil. But if you're just wanting to fill it up and you don't need to change your coil, you can just unscrew this bit at the top, like that, like so, and then as you can see there's gaps in there where you can just put your e-liquid in and fill it up, so you haven't got the hassle of having to keep undoing the bottom part every time you want to fill it, and you've still got the benefit of it being bottom coil, so you ain't got to empty your e-liquid out every time you want to change your coil. So in that way, that was one of the reasons that I really wanted to try it. The other one was just basically the way it looks, especially with the Snow Wolf. It looks really nice. So that's what really drew me to it. I'm just going to put the it's there. I'm just going to pop the other drip tip on for you so you can see what it looks like with the one it actually comes with. So as you can see, the drip tip as well is really wide. It's much wider than the one for the sub tank, which I thought was big. But even though it is wide and the hole's pretty big, you can still put little ones on here without them looking silly, which is good. So that is what she looks like with the drip tip on it, the proper drip tip. You have also got the air hole, which is just here, and it's fairly big. It's like the biggest, it's like that. So literally you could get loads of air through it. And the other thing with this, rather than it having like little bits here, and all you do to close the air hole up is just decide how, turn it back round and keep the gap where you want it, which is really good. So you could have it as small or as big as you want. There's quite a range on the airflow you could have on this one compared to others like the sub tank, where you've got a few options, but this is definitely a better range. I normally have it around, if you can see that, around there. Don't have it too wide. And I mean, with the big drip tip and the air hole, you could get a hell of a lot of vapour out of this thing. Can see that's at 55 watts, which is, that's high. I mean, obviously this can go up to 200, but I wouldn't do that if it wasn't a temperature control coil, and personally I don't need it that high. But you can get a lot of vapour out of it, especially with this, with the actual drip tip it comes with. You get more vapour with this one than what you do the littler one. I just prefer little ones. So yeah, as you can see, the vapour production of it is fantastic. Definitely put together with a high wattage mod that gives you a lot of power, which is what you're going to want for something like this. It's fantastic. I've had absolutely no trouble with it. Well, no trouble. The only thing that I do get sometimes is when I'm trying to undo it to change the coil, which is probably because I don't ever fill it this way anyway. the actual, it comes apart here. Sometimes I have to be careful that I'm unscrewing the right part, but that's probably just trial and error and, you know, getting used to it. I mean, all e-cigs have a tendency sometimes to get stuck, which is a pain in the backside, but, you know, it's one of them. So I think that's really about it. All in all, really good for the money. 30 quid, can't go wrong. And if you're living in Skeg, go into the e-cig shop. You can have a look at it yourself. I mean, they've not just got this in there. They've got bloody all sorts, sub-tanks, Aspire, the Atlantis. They've got the new Aspire one in there as well, which I was actually going to get when I went in there. That's what I went to get, and I seen this and got this instead. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.